Okay, good. So you guys all said it's 90 degrees. You're right. 90 degrees. That's perfect. So now let me ask you guys this. The two angles that are inside, the one with the x and the one with the 3x, what do they have to add up to equal then? Okay, good, Cece. Dustin, Ariel, what do they have to add up to equal? The 90? All right, Dustin, you agree with them that both those two on the inside then would have to add up to be 90? Okay. I'm assuming that you are saying yes. Well, exactly right. So you guys, the reason I'm showing you this, because we're not necessarily going to go through all these, but I just wanted to kind of help you to see. Whenever you know something, like this big one is 90, so the two have to equal 90, that should be your first sign of, hey, I could set up a relationship. So if you set up a relationship, then you can use algebra to solve your relationship. So all these geometry problems that involve angles, you're going to use algebra once you set up your relationship. So the most important thing is the relationship. So if we know that that angle that's marked x plus the angle that's marked 3x has to equal 90, I just set up a relationship, right? So that relationship then can help me to solve for x because now I can solve for x. So that's how you want to do these, is always set up a relationship based on what you know. So 1x plus 3x obviously is 4x. And if we divide both sides by 4, then, oops, sorry, that's a 90. Then we get x is equal to 15. Very good. Cece, I think you wrote that down right away. Yay, yes, nice job. So then you guys, if you know that x is 15, then you know that obviously this angle here is 15. And then this angle, if we just plug in a 15 in for x, well, 3 times 15 has to equal 15. Did I do that right? 15, 45. Did I do some math wrong, you guys? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, sorry, C15. I just made it 15 because you said 15. Did you do 90 divided by 4, by the way, and got 15? It's okay, Cece. It's okay. I was just like, oh, 15. But so, okay, so here's the problem. And you know what? Look at how I caught myself because I'm like, wait a minute, 45 and 15, that doesn't equal 90. That only equals 60. So my math is a little bit off over here. So let's just figure this out, you guys. I'm going to use a little calculator. So if I do 90 divided by 4, 90 divided by 4, I get 22.5. So actually that angle is, or that value I should say, is 22.5. All right. So Cece, how did you get 15? Did you just do that, or were you guessing? Oh. Oh, okay. So you're actually being logical. That was actually fine. That's good. You had some logic in your guess. So it's actually, yeah, so this angle is 22.5, and then we would just need to plug in not 15, but 22.5 in here and multiply by 3. And of course, we would use our trusty calculator times 3. So that angle is 67.5. Now, if we add 67.5 plus 22.5, we should get 90. And that's how we can know if we did it correctly. So, can I get in? Yeah. All right, so you guys can always, the nice thing about geometry is a lot of times you can check your work, you know, if you go through and do this algebraically. The other thing is I didn't even really need to plug in 22.5 in for x. I could just do 90 minus 22.5 and figure that out too. So that's the other good thing about geometry, beyond the fact that you can check your work, is that you can solve using multiple things. But the key is you guys have to understand the relationships. So just make sure when you're working through those that you really write those types of relationships down in your notes, and then you use them to build an equation. All right, you guys, any questions about that? Hi, Kiana. Are you recovered after TCAP? Hopefully. All right. All right, you guys. So good. So let's actually go on. We're just going to kind of go on to something kind of simple today. We're just going to use some different methods to name angles. I just want to make sure you guys understand that, especially when we start doing parallel lines and we're naming angles. I just want to make sure you guys are on the same page, and that'll be actually next quarter when we start doing parallel lines and things like that. So a couple things just to finish off. Remember, this is your last week, so definitely make it count. And don't think for a minute that you can't pass, because it can be done. Like I said, it's just up to you guys and your effort. But if you make it count and you work hard and you do something each day, there's a good chance that you will do fine. But definitely check in Infinite Campus, and then I'll post your final grade in Infinite Campus by Friday, and that's when grades are due. Alrighty, you guys. No, you haven't recovered, Kiana? That was last week. You had the whole weekend. All right, you guys, let's just see how much you know. Okay, so what we want to do is for this first one, oh, wait, hang on. So for the first one, you guys, what is another name for angle ACY? So I want you guys to, in your notepads, give me another name for it. And I know you don't have that angle symbol, but you can just, you know, do letters, the 3 letters or however many letters you need. And you could type angle, ACY, or you could just write the 3 letters, it'll be fine. So go ahead, you guys, and there's more than one answer. So Cece's got, oh, that's good, Cece, that works. A little less than symbol for an angle. Very good. So Kiona, nice, you got something going too. So yeah, you guys, so there's multiple answers. So there's not just one right answer. That's a little straight line. That does not work. All right, and Ariel's getting ready. Good. All right, so Dustin, Ariel, just throw something out there, you guys. Give me another name for angle ACY. Oh, and hey, Monique. I saw you just joined too. And fitting, you have your pink. Very good. You probably are wearing your pink hoodie. I'm thinking that it's pink. So Dustin, you are telling me what kind of angle it is. And ACY, it's actually not obtuse, but come up instead with just another way to name it. Not today, Monique. How can that be? Oh, no pink. So disappointed. Maybe you'll bring your sister in tomorrow. I can meet her. I'll be at Gateway tomorrow. All right, so, okay, so Cece and Dustin have named the Ariel. Oh, and Kiana. All right, Monique, see if you can name it. And Ariel, another way to name it. All right, you guys, come on. Be speedy. And then we also have Danny. It's good to see you, Danny. And Israel. Israel, you've been working hard. Oh. Oh, next week. Okay. Very good, very good. All right, well, you guys are almost there. Okay, so again, you guys, purpose of this is just to find other ways to name it, because sometimes when you're reading these and you're trying to figure out relationships, it can be named different ways and you need to know how to do it. So the key with these angles is that if we look at ACY, this middle letter is always going to be where your vertex is. So some of you guys might remember that from your past, and some of you guys might not. So if I look at all your angles, Dustin, you've got C in the middle. I know that's right. So Cece, you have different letters in the middle. So without even looking at what your angles are, but leave those there because we'll check out what those are. I'm thinking that that might not work. Kiana, both yours have C in the middle, so that might work. So that's the key, you guys. This middle letter is always going to be the vertex, and so it always has to be the middle. So Dustin has ACY. Okay, well, Dustin, that's the same. You can't name the, you got to do it a different way. Dustin, that's the one that's listed. So You're going to be void on that one. All right, Cece. So YBA. Okay, so let's actually do this in green. So ACY is this one that I did not draw very straight. Okay, so Cece, you did YBA. So if I look at YBA, you are actually naming, oops, I'm going to do it in a different color. You are doing it in this angle. Y, well, actually, can't, yeah, I see what you're doing, but you can't even really get to YBA because you have to go through C and C changes. So that one doesn't actually work. Do you see how that is, Cece? Yeah, it's a little different. So, okay, and then so the letters have to, the middle one always has to be the vertex where it changes direction. And then YAC, okay, so yeah, so Cece, if you look at YAC, that's like, I would have to come here and then over, and that would not work either. But good try. I appreciate that you totally tried. That was awesome. Okay, and then Danny is making a guess over here. We'll come back to you, Danny. So Kiona, you said YCA. So YCA would work. Good job. So that's just in reverse. Nice. And then you also said BCY. So the only problem with BCY is it actually names the bigger obtuse angle. See, Kiona, here's BCY. And that's why I was saying that sometimes even if you have that middle letter as the vertex, it doesn't always mean it's correct, because what we're trying to name is this one in pink. So your first one is good, Kiana, but the second one, not quite. All right, so Danny, you got CAE. So Danny, when you do CAE, look, you're kind of doing what Cece did at first. CAE is to here and then to here, because remember that middle letter is always the vertex, so you just kind of go in order. I start at C, I go to A and E, and that wouldn't quite work. CDE would be, I'm going to do that one in another color. So Danny, CDE would come down here and then it would go over. So you're actually naming this angle and then you name that angle. So neither of those are going to work. So that's why this is really, really good. I'm glad you guys are doing this. Okay, so let's look at what would work. So we did have one that worked. Kiana had one that worked. Good job, Kiana. But we can do another one. So we can use any of the letters in the line of the angle as long as C is our middle letter. So we already said that we could do this in reverse and do Y, C, oh, did I erase the wrong one? ACY, oops, I erased the wrong one. Oh, sorry you guys, we want the pink one. Sorry. Okay, so we want this one. So we already said we could do it in reverse. YCA, right? So that's the same thing as ACY, just we said it in reverse. But we've also got this letter D in here, so we can use that letter D also. So instead of doing YCA, we could say DCA, angle DCA, and that would be the same thing because we aren't doing anything different or naming a different angle. This C is still our vertex. And so because of that, we can also do ACD, like that. But notice, you guys, the one thing I have in common of all of these is that C, my vertex, is still in the middle. BCA. Danny, do you not get BCA or how to name them? Or is that old? The ones. Yes, that is exactly, Danny. Yep, very good. Okay, I get it. Shorthand, never mind. Yeah, so as long as, if this is the angle we're trying to name right here, then, oops, if this is the angle we're trying to name, then C has to be in the middle. And then we can use any letters along this leg, and we can use any letters along that leg to name it. Okay, so now that you guys are all, educated and all that, let's look at this one. What is another name for angle PDE? So you guys try that one, and I'll actually mark PDE to make it easier in pink so we have that. So we need another angle, another name for that angle, PDE. So you guys give that one a quick try. See how you do. And D, you can put your name in a cell if you want. Israel, you should probably put your name in a cell too. Very good. Oh yeah, exactly, for that exact angle. So yeah, Danny, just name that angle, but use a different name than PDE. Any other name. All right, looks like everyone is working on it. Monique, do you have an idea? Good, you're starting to think. Israel and D, give me a name. Give me a name. All right, you guys are doing good. All right, we're gonna go around and look. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw in some of the ones that you guys are seeing and just see how it goes. So Monique, remember that the key on this one, if I'm looking at some of you guys, what you put is, this is our vertex D, right? So whatever name of angle that you guys use, D has to be in the middle. Not you actually, D, but the real letter D. So if I look, Ariel's got a couple with D. I think Dustin, the bottom one is what you're wanting. CC, good. And then actually, Danny, two of yours do. Monique, I know that CPA one wasn't quite there. And then Kiana, the D's. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of D's, and then Monique is rethinking, so that's good. All right, so if we look, let's look at Kiana's first. So we have EDP. Well, that's good. She's just going in the reverse direction, but EDP works. EDC, that also works because D is still in the middle and you're still naming points on the legs. Good. And then CDE. CDE also works. So Kiana, all yours work. Good. Monique, EDP. Very good. That's just it in reverse. All right, Danny, let's check it out. So you've got PDE, that's good. EDP. Okay, so the only one is your DEP, but we kind of talked about that. And you can tell that, oh, now you're racing at us, see. But yeah, okay, so then in CC, EDP works. Dustin, EDP, CDE. So good, you guys. So that was much better. You guys are actually doing much better. So as long as D is in the middle, and then on the ends is some point that's on the leg. So even if I put another point right here and I called it Z, you could name this angle ZDP. That would work fine too. All right, you guys, coming along. Very good. All right, almost there. So I want to introduce another way to name angles. So now you guys are good with the letters. That's the hardest part. But what happens if we have numbers? So sometimes we can name angles with numbers. So what we want to do is look for which numbered angle refers to the same angle as angle FOL. So let me just find FOL somewhere. Here's F, here's O, and here's L. So it's a straight angle. So can anyone tell me, erase, that's horrible. In your notepads, which number would you use to describe that straight angle FOL? Yes, Danny, 180 degrees. Very good. Straight angle. Perfect. Dustin, yep, that was good. CC, Dustin, I like your first answer better. And Kiana, a 2, yes. Not a 3, though. You couldn't use a 3 because a 3 is naming this angle over here. Oh, I see. You're doing the next one. Oh, you were dancing. Very good. Very good. Okay. So good. You guys, exactly right. Israel and D, come on, you guys, participate. Be participants. So yeah, you can use 2, and you can tell because see the purple, how it outlines the angle they're talking about, so you can definitely use 2. All right, you guys, try the next one. Which numbered angle refers to angle OBC? OBC. So that is up here and right here. So Dustin, good. Kiana, do you want to, are you calling that one 3, Kiana, or are you doing a different one? I think you did the last one on yours. BOH, where's B? B-O. Oh, BOH is the same as, You know what? It is actually the same measure, Danny. It's just that you couldn't use 2 to identify BOH. But it is the same measure. It has the same, it's 180 degrees. But good question. Good question. Okay. All right, you guys. So good. So this is a 1. Good. So you could also call angle OBC. You could call that angle 1 because there's a 1 in there. All right, last one. Which numbered angle refers to angle KLO? KLO, you guys. K and an N and an O. 3, 3. Seeing some 3s. D, good. Very good. Israel's about to. Good 3s. I got a lot of 3s, and you guys are right on. That is a 3. So let me ask you guys this question while we're here. Okay? So now we know how to name angles using 3 letters, and you have to have 3 letters, right? Or numbers, or numbers. Could I name this angle right here, and I'm just going to call this angle 5 for now, because you could do that. But could I also name this angle K? So could I call this, could I call this angle K or angle 5? Same thing. Could I call that angle K? What do you guys think? Yes or no? Yes, yes. Yes. Okay, I've got a lot of yeses. And you guys are exactly right. You could call this angle K. But let me ask you guys another question now, okay? Could I call, oh, let's say this angle, let me get a different color for you guys. Could I call this angle right here, we're going to call this angle 6. Could I call angle 6J? Yes or no? Angle 6, could that be angle J? What do you guys think on that one? Yes or no? Okay, good, Monique. Good. Good, Israel. Good, D. You guys are good. All right. So you guys are all saying no. Danny, I'm assuming you're saying, oh, but why not? See, I was waiting for someone to ask that question, and you did. That's good. Because if I call that angle J, I might be confused as to, like, if I said to you, hey, Danny, I want you to go and get me the measurement of angle J. Well, how would you know if I was talking about angle 6 or angle 7? You know, because J kind of shares 2 different angles. And so it would just be too hard to identify which one I was talking about. And so that is why you cannot. So you can only use a single letter if that angle is apart from everything else, if it's isolated. So like L, couldn't use L to describe angle 3 because we could be talking about angle 3, or I could put a different angle up here called angle 8, and I don't know which one it's referring to. Does that make sense? Hopefully. Danny, are you good? Yes. Okay, good. Good, good. All right, you guys. You guys are doing great, actually. So this is our last one, and I had a little poll for you guys on this, but some reason it just disappeared off my screen. I don't know why. So on this one, which names are correct for the marked angle in this parallelogram? So we'll just call this A, B, C, D, E. So your answer could be A and C and E. Your answer could be B and D. Your answer could be A, B, C. So what I want you to do is in your notepads, just put all the letters, yep, like Cece did, all the letters that you think can name that angle that is marked with the red. And then, you guys, we will be done, actually. All right, so got guesses from Cece and from Danny and Dee and Monique. But Dustin, I don't see any from you or Ariel or Kiana. Kiana, did you guess? Sometimes I can't always tell because I have to scroll down to see you guys' guesses. Oh, you did answer it. C, Ariel. I need to scroll down. Okay, let me see if I can scroll down on my thing. Oh, you did it that way. I see how you're doing it, Ariel. Okay, I was totally confused because you put the things. Okay, so good. So Ariel, Dustin, Cece, Danny, D. Oh, good. So everybody except Kiana, are you there? And Israel. All right, let's see how you guys did. See who got the perfect score here. All right. So looks like everybody almost no. Okay, some people guessed A. Let's see if A is correct. So CAB. Okay, let's mark it, you guys. CAB. Well, to go CAB, I'd have to do this. You'd start at C, and the next place you'd have to go would be A, and then B, because you're talking about that angle. So remember, you guys, that this middle thing, this A, has to be the vertex. So, sorry guys, number A is not correct. Has to have B as a vertex. It's okay though, it's a good try. Okay, let's try B. So CBA. So if I look at C, goes here, and then B comes here, and A goes there. So that definitely marks that angle. So B is correct. So it looks like I've got some B's going on here. Nice. All right, let's look at BDC. All right, so BDC, if I look at that one, I would start at B, and then I'd have to go down here to D, and then over to C, and that obviously is not the angle. So you guys, sorry on C. C is not correct. Take CC out. No C. No C, CC. That rhymes with the name. I thought I'd have to use that one. All right, you guys, so not C, but what about D? A, B, C. Well, A, B, C, that's what we just marked, so very good. Oh, and then angle B. Well, we can call this angle B because it's all by itself, so angle B would work. All right, you guys, so the final answers are, CC, good, you got that one. And then D, and then B. So B, D, E. Oh, you did do it? Oh, Kiana, sorry, I think I should just scroll down. All right, you guys, raise your hand if you got them all right. Yeah, sure, funny, you guys. You guys got them all right. You guys probably did. All right, nice job, you guys. So keep that in mind, that that middle letter has to be the vertex. All right, you guys, any questions before I give you your ticket out? Dee the amazing. Yes, I know, Dee. You are amazing. If you do more math work, it'll be even more amazing. Even more. All right, guys, here's your ticket out, and I put it in your discussion. And so some of you guys aren't going right in and doing your ticket out, and I could just make you sit here until you do it, you know, but I wouldn't want to do that. So, but it is in there. Just you're already in there. It's easy enough to answer, and it's fresh in your mind. But what you want to do is describe 3 ways to name angles in general. Like, how did we do that? How do we name angles? So not based on this diagram, just in general, 3 ways to name angles. So just kind of describe how we did that. And then also explain why the marked angle right here, this red one, could not be named angle D. So explain that. So any questions about your ticket out discussion? No. All right, if you feel great, then you guys can go. Nice job today.